So many choices. House blend, 100% Colombian, dark roast, decaf, or just straight water. House blend water, dark roast water. I think I might go with some Colombian. Welcome everyone, Adam the Woo here, cruising the back roads of Indiana in the sister mobile. The whole family is wedged in there. Well, my dad's not wedged. He's partially wedged. He's trying to get into the back. He will soon be sitting in the back seat, and I will be sitting in the front seat. It's my second channel, daily vlog channel. It's the Daily Woo. Remember the days when we sat in the back and you guys were up front?
I do.
And now we're sitting up front. Oh, how the times have changed. They've changed indeed. If you two don't settle down back there, I'm gonna separate you. Don't cross the line. I would pull this car over. Don't make me pull this car over. We're now cruising through the little community of Mentone, also nicknamed the Egg Baskets of the Midwest. And to honor and celebrate this achievement, they have built out of concrete a 10-foot tall egg. 3,000 pounds of concrete. That's a heavy, heavy egg. Placed here in 1946, but don't try to grab the eggs because they're not real. That is an illusion made by paint. At the top, they have written the town's name across. Look at, man, that thing. I don't know if this is the world's largest egg, but it has to be in the top 10. I've never seen another egg of this magnitude before. Have you? Even when you try to get away from it by crossing the street, a dozen yards or so distance, it's still in your peripheral vision. You can't get away from the egg. It's like it's chasing me. What if it rolled out into the street and careened into one of those vehicles? It would definitely be a lawsuit. I don't know. Would a chicken show up to court? That'd be weird. I know you guys are going to be very disappointed, but I just saw the world's largest egg. While you were in here in the AC, I just saw the world's largest egg. I touched it.
Does it have a name?
You should give it a name.
Humpty.
I see what you did there. You never know what you're going to find down these back roads here in Indiana. This field has just been planted very recently with corn. You can barely see it coming up out of the ground. Within a couple months, it'll be a lot taller and more visibly corn. But for now, it just looks like little weed stalks, but it's corn. Right over there is corn. Here's an old Marsh grocery store food liner. Neon sign. The store's gone, but the sign still remains. It's pretty commonplace to see a clock like that, but you never really see a thermometer above the clock in that fashion. That's slightly unusual. This building was built in 1870, and it is the Cuskioso County Jail. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. There is a placard here with a little bit more information. And way back in the day, the sheriff's residence was located directly behind it in a 3-story building. But that home has been removed. Oh, wow. Look at the courthouse city hall there in the background. Impressive. Most impressive. What are you sitting on? Oh, you're sitting on a big hand. Made out of some sort of hard plastic. I thought it was wood at first, but it's like a hard plastic. It's not concrete. Maybe fiberglass, perhaps? And they have a little museum here in town as well. Check out what's inside. This gun is believed to have been used by the one and only John Dillinger, one of the most famous bank robbers in history. But this sign says that he was never actually in this jail, even though he was here in town at one point. This is Judd Pettinger, an officer who, quote, tangled with Dillinger in 1934 here in Warsaw. I am currently standing inside this building, the jail adjacent, and I stand corrected. The sheriff's home still stands behind it. We're gonna get to walk through there. The real question is, am I in jail? Are you in jail? Or is that an officer?
This is my buddy. It's Officer Bud. Commonly called Buddy.
We are walking deeper into the cells. This is pretty cool. It's also been said that Al Capone spent time here in town, even though, just like Dillinger, he was never in this jail. He was never behind these bars, but he did pass through, or at least hang out here in Warsaw. There's even some old photos on the wall from a lot of the sports teams from here in town, dating all the way back to the 1920s and 30s. These are all photos of the girls' basketball teams from way back then. And here are the boys' photos and some old-timey jerseys, Letterman jackets. Wow, look at this. Did you ever wear anything like this back in your day, Mom?
No, I wasn't a cheerleader in high school.
It kind of reminds me of Grease, the Pink Ladies type outfit, in a way. It's not pink, but it kind of reminds me of that.
It's amazing what kind of clothes they wore back then to play sports and what they do now.
This is back when football players didn't even wear face masks. When you played football, did you wear a face mask?
Mm-hmm.
And you played, what was the position that you used to play?
Center.
So this would have been you.
And these are leather helmets.
Oh, you're right.
These are not metal helmets.
So that would have been you right there, hiking the ball.
Hiking the ball right
Wait,
there.
is that, you know what, that, is that, you know, I see the resemblance. Yep. Nailed it. There are 4 bunks in this particular cell. This guy is completely alone, which makes me think maybe that's Robert Hurley, who is a snitch. You're the snitch. I smell a rat, and it's you. And read this bit of graffiti. Whoever wrote that is not a fan of cop cars. Dad's staying down on the ground floor.
There's a woman prison.
Mom is walking up to the top floor because that is where the women's cells are, on the top floor. So they had separated cells.
Here's the solitary.
Ooh, solitary confinement. Go in there, Mom. See what's in there. See what's in there.
Just one bed.
See what's in there. See what's in there. Now you have to be fed through this. You would be all alone in this room for days, weeks, months at a time. No escape until they unlock the door. Pretty. Can you imagine being in solitary confinement? Or can you imagine hitting this steel beam? Luckily they placed this foam thing there in case you crack your noggin. Inside the cells they have placed these figures of school children. And look over in the corner. Looks like little Timmy he's been a bad boy. He's got the dunce cap on. Is that even deemed politically correct by today's standards, that terminology? Now this does say enter at your own risk, directly written below this. I think that's a hand, or maybe that's toes and a foot, but either way, when you walk through this corridor, behind these bars are all the documentation in book and paper form of all the prisoners, handwritten in the pages, who have stayed here in this jail. That's incredible. It says the most common injury in jail is a broken hand. You know why?
I think it's because a guy would get mad at another guy and he'd take a swing at him and the other guy would duck and he'd hit the jail
Right into
cell.
there.
Yeah.
I could see the handprints right there. And just a few feet from the inmates themselves, down this hallway, is where the sheriff lived himself, on this 3-story building, completely connected to the jail. Oh, there it is. That's how you pronounce the county name.
Kosciuszko.
Thaddeus
Kosciuszko.
And here is the kitchen. Very retro looking still to this day. This looks to be an old portable bathtub. Oh, that was his bathtub. Look. Used to be on the 2nd floor, which I'm still technically on the 2nd floor, but this is a bedroom, not a bathroom. This must be the music room. There is an old record player in the corner, an organ, a really amazing looking piano, a trumpet that was played by Max Shively, another organ, and wow, look at these. Remember these? These were a little before my time, but I do remember that famous photo of the dog sitting next to it, listening to a tune. This is called a graphophone? Is that how you pronounce it? Graphophone? Pretty cool. Some handcuffs and shackles, and that is what is referred to as a ball and chain. And check out this old photography set with the ID number. You would stand at that end, the camera would take a picture, and that would be your wanted poster. And the prisoners would come in this metal door, and the officers would have to slide that across to see who was waiting to come through next. Oh, there you are. We were waiting on you. I thought you got incarcerated. I thought you got locked up in there. Good to see you. You've escaped the jail. We have now arrived at our destination at a theater in the round for a presentation of the Disney movie Newsies, well, an adaptation based on the film Newsies, as signified right up there on that TV. And the performers are going to dance around on this cage-like thing and sing and dance. I've never been to anything like this. This should be fun. I must confess, as much as I love Disney movies, I've never seen Newsies. Have you? And I don't think I'm allowed to record it video in here. So we'll have to wait till the end to give our review. The show's about to begin here at the Wagon Wheel Center for the Arts. I'll see you in a second. Well, 3 or 4 seconds. Or maybe 5 seconds. Just in a minute I'll see you. There go the actors. They are going below the stage. They're taking their places. I'll be back momentarily after the show's over and let you know my thoughts. I was just informed by my dad that that was not the actors. That was the orchestra. They were going down into the orchestra pit.
Into the pit. They're closing the lid on the pit now.
They're closing the pit. All right, I gotta go. I'm not allowed to record in here. What are you doing with your hand? You like doing a snuffleupagus impression? All right, I gotta go. I'll see you after.
And then they started calling all those buses.
I had to adhere to the strict rules of no filming in there. They made it very clear that it was not allowed. But when all is said and done, 2.5 hours later, about a 15-minute intermission, so about a 2 hour and 15-minute show. Incredible. I'm kind of disappointed that after all my years on this earth, I've never seen the movie. That was awesome. And the announcer was saying that very rarely does Disney give out permission to smaller towns like Warsaw, Indiana, to do this. This is kind of a first run of this, and huge thumbs up from me. And this is the program, and these are the cast members and the musical numbers, if you were interested in seeing if you recognize anyone's name in there. There it comes. There's a crop duster right up there in the sky. Check that out. A ray of light beaming down upon it. Vlog over.